God's advice today. God is sending many signs, but it seems like you are ignoring all of them. So please do not ignore this video, as it is a message from God's heart to bless your life today. Before we continue, please leave your like so that more people can be reached by this message, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive more videos like this. Don't ignore this video and stay until the end. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and the second best manifestation offer in the world. God said, "My beloved child, listen carefully to the whisper that reaches you today like a gentle and sacred breeze. This is an urgent call, coming from the deepest part of my heart to yours. It's about the house where you dwell, the place you chose to rest your dreams and your sorrows. It is not just a physical space, it is a profound reflection of your being, a silent mirror of the battles you fight within. I know every inch of that place just as I know every thought of yours. Are you seeking a deep spiritual transformation in your life and in the lives of those you love? Imagine attracting wealth and abundance in less than a week while blessings pour down on you daily. All of this begins with a simple 1-minute prayer. To discover how this technique can transform your reality, click the link in the first comment. Every step you take toward this journey not only benefits you but also supports our channel and the dedicated team that brings this valuable content to you. Don't wait any longer to begin this journey of spiritual and material transformation. Click now to learn more and start walking toward a fuller and more abundant life. I see the place where you lie down, the corner where you cry in silence, the spaces where your faith wavers, and yet, even there, you insist on believing. No tear that fell there went unnoticed, no hidden smile went unheard in heaven. This is your home, and it is sacred because you are in it, because where your heart is, there I am. And that's why I come today to remind you, the environment you live in can become soil for miracles if you allow me to dwell in it fully. Open the windows of your soul, let my light enter every room, every shadow, every memory. Do not fear to reorganize, to cleanse, to consecrate this space so it may become an altar of peace. As it is written, "But as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord." Joshua chapter 24 verse 15. Let your home speak of me, even in silence. And when the atmosphere is filled with my presence, even your hardest days will be surrounded by a peace that surpasses all understanding. Comment, my home is the reflection of God's love for me. My dear child, let me speak deeply about the place where you rest, where you breathe, where you pour out your tears in secret and smile in silence. Your house, that place that sometimes goes unnoticed in daily life, is more than walls and furniture. It is a mirror of your soul, a reflection of your inner being. When you chose that home, you may not have realized that every room would become a stage for my encounters with you. Each space has already received your vulnerability and your strength, your silence and your prayer, your hope and your pain. And even when you didn't notice, I was there in every moment, listening to your deepest thoughts, holding your restless soul. There is an invisible anointing upon the walls that have witnessed your struggle to keep going. Do not underestimate the value of each corner, for the invisible is often more powerful than the visible. The home you dwell in was chosen to be an extension of my love, and so I tell you, care for it as you care for your heart, for I dwell there with you. Comment, my home belongs to the Lord, it is a place of miracles. Child, there is a spiritual atmosphere that is formed when your house is filled with faith, gratitude, and hope. You don't need luxury to live surrounded by glory. You only need to invite me to be there with your sincerity and devotion. There is power when you exalt me in the space where you sleep, where you eat, where you rest after the day's battles. Your home may be small in the eyes of the world, but in my eyes, when consecrated, it becomes a sacred temple. But as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. Joshua chapter 24 verse 15. This declaration must echo not only in words but in your actions, in your attitudes, in the way you treat those who live with you. May your walls be decorated with faith, may your objects be reminders of miracles, and may your floor be soil for prayer. Because where there is faith, there is presence. And where there is presence, there is a miracle. Allow heaven to make its home where there was once only routine. And you will see that no room is ordinary when it is consecrated with the heart. Even if at times you look at your house and see only the everyday, I invite you to see it with spiritual eyes. The natural world may exhaust you, may deceive you, but in the invisible realm, there is a divine movement happening within these four walls. Your living room, for example, can become the place where reconciliation blooms. Your kitchen can become an altar of provision. Your bedroom, a place of revelation and rest. You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you. Isaiah chapter 26 verse 3. When your trust is firmly placed in me, the atmosphere around you changes. You become the guardian of the sacred within your home. Declare words of life over your rooms. Bless the entrances and exits. Speak to the winds, in this home dwells peace, and in this peace I find strength. Because every time you proclaim light, darkness is driven away. And when you invite heaven to live with you, your home becomes a portal of miracles. Child, understand that your house also feels your emotions. When your heart is heavy, the atmosphere grieves with you. When you rise in praise, even the air seems to vibrate differently. You have spiritual authority over this place. Nothing, absolutely nothing, that is not of the light should remain where you place your faith. You are the one who blesses, who transforms, who releases words that build a new season. And I tell you, what you say in secret, I hear from above. Every prayer made within these walls rises like sweet incense to my throne. So, child, do not allow your home to be a place of confusion, resentment, or neglect. Restore with your faith what is broken. Renew with your hope what is dry. And declare with courage, in this home, God is writing a new story. Because if your heart is aligned with mine, even the cracks in the walls will become marks of overcoming. Comment, in this home, God is writing a new story. Did you know there's an effective method to attract greater financial prosperity? This technique can help transform your deep-rooted beliefs and shift the way you perceive reality. It had a significant impact on my life, and we'd love to invite you to discover this special practice. When we trust that God wants to move in our lives, we gain the courage to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each one of us in a unique and wonderful way. That's why it's important to seek His blessings with faith and confidence, believing that He has a special plan just for you. If you'd like to support our work and the team dedicated to bringing inspiring, transformative content, we invite you to check out our product. The link is available in the first comment so you can explore how this technique might help you on your journey as well. Your support allows us to continue sharing messages that truly make a difference. Thank you so much for your trust and support. Many seek refuge in distant places, but I tell you, your first refuge can and should be your home. Not because it is perfect, but because it is consecrated. The peace you long for does not come from the absence of problems, but from the certainty of my presence. It is possible to live in peace even in difficult times when you dwell under my shelter. My child, Learn to transform your space into a place where the soul can breathe, where anguish finds comfort. Make your home a center of prayer and communion. Gather those you love around the Word. Make every meal a celebration. And when you are alone, remember, you are never truly alone. I am there. I have always been. When you wept quietly into your pillow, I held your tears. When you prayed on your knees, I leaned down to hear you. And that is why I say to you, plant words of faith in your home, and they will bloom into miracles. Comment, my home is my refuge, because God is in it. Do not underestimate the power of a home shaped by love. Even if you think your house is too simple to attract the divine, remember, it was in a stable that the King of Kings was born. It is in the ordinary that I love to work the extraordinary. When you look at your home with gratitude, you make room for the miracle. Your gratitude consecrates the environment. Your worship changes the atmosphere. Your hope renews the invisible structures. And even if the world around you is falling apart, your home can be a fortress of peace, a castle of faith. Look up to the sky through your window and declare, my house is sacred ground. And every time you do this with faith, chains will be broken, fears will be cast out, and light will fill even the forgotten corners. My child, there is no dark place I cannot illuminate when you call on me. I desire your home to be a light on the hill, a beacon in the darkness, a shelter for your loved ones, and a living testimony of my love. My beloved child, your journey continues, but today I ask you, do not despise the home I have given you. It is an essential part of your growth process. Every memory, every laugh, every tear shed on that floor has eternal value. Do not forget, you were not called to merely pass through life, but to dwell with purpose. And that begins inside your home. May this place be where you find strength to carry on, where you hear my voice in the silence, where your faith is renewed. And even if one day you move to another place, carry with you the awareness that every home you step into can be sacred if you place me first. As it is written, unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. Psalm 127 verse 1. May your house, whether small or great, always be built upon me. And remember, where there is faith, there will also be promise. Where there is love, there will be eternity. And where your home is consecrated, there I will be with you until the end of time. Comment, my house is built on the eternal promise of God. Each new day, I want you to find courage to face challenges, wisdom to grow from them, and gratitude for every small blessing that blooms around you. When the world feels heavy on your shoulders, remember, I am by your side, strengthening each one of your steps with the eternal force of my love. Even when the winds are ruthless and the waves seem to swallow you, there is within you a silent and invincible strength that comes from heaven. That strength is my presence in your life, it is the divine breath I placed within you. Declare in faith, my home is in you, Lord, and you will see how the clouds dissipate before the light that springs from your spirit. Take care of the environment where you live, for it reflects the state of your heart. Decorate each room with pure thoughts, kind words, and tender gestures. Let your home be a reflection of heaven on earth, a place where peace is more than a feeling, it is a living atmosphere. Each challenge overcome, every tear that rolls silently down your face, composes the melody of your transformation. Each step taken in faith, every prayer whispered in the night, becomes part of the unique symphony I am writing with you. Do not underestimate the details, for it is in them that I hide the greatest manifestations of my glory. When you transform your surroundings with love, you are also transforming your inner self. Tend to your soul as one cultivates a garden, with patience, hope, and faith. Choose carefully the materials with which you are building the foundation of your inner home. Let them be made of kindness, compassion, and truth. Remember, your words, your choices, and your intentions are like bricks with which you build the refuge of your soul. What you say, what you think, and how you act not only affect others but also shape the sacred temple where I dwell within you. Tend to the garden of your heart with care. Sow gratitude even in dry seasons, and water it with constant prayer even when you feel weary. The flowers of peace and serenity will bloom with fragrances that fill every space around you. And even when the sky seems dark, when the night of doubt tries to surround you, light the flame of your faith. It will be your lighthouse, your compass, your protection. For you were made in my image, with a divine spark that never goes out, even under the fiercest storm. Do not fear your limits, my child. Believe in the gifts I myself planted in you, for they are seeds of eternity. Your home is in constant renewal. It breathes with you. Learn to welcome changes as signs of growth. Rearrange the furniture of your soul, paint the walls of your inner self with the colors of your dreams, renew the rooms of your life with hope. Wisdom lies in learning to adapt, in recognizing that each season brings its own lessons. On your path, I will place precious souls to share joys and sorrows with. Cherish these encounters. The true treasure of your dwelling is the relationships you nurture with love. True friendship is a pillar that holds up even the heaviest days. Love, my child, is the strongest foundation that exists. It is the invisible cement that keeps everything standing, even when the world seems to fall apart around you. And if someone knocks on your door with sincerity, open it. Hospitality is one of the most beautiful ways to reveal me to others. You do not walk alone, ever. You are part of the great family of humanity, and your home is part of my eternal plan for you. My beloved child, listen closely, for your home is much more than a physical space. It is the living and sacred expression of the divine plan I have placed within you since before your birth. Every decision you make, every gesture you perform, every thought that arises in your heart is part of this divine construction manifesting in your life. Do not fear the trials or obstacles you encounter on your path, for they are merely tools I use to strengthen your roots and lift your spirit. Remember the words of Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope." Even amid difficulties, the certainty that I walk with you transforms any place into a sacred refuge. Your home is then a project in constant evolution, a space where every corner vibrates with the promise of renewal and hope. Do not allow past mistakes to stop you, for they do not define your worth or your destiny. Each experience you live is a fundamental piece of the beautiful mosaic you form every day with faith, purpose, and love. The path may seem uncertain, and the burdens heavy, but in every fall there is a seed of triumph that sprouts if you know how to look with the eyes of the soul. Every time you rise after stumbling, your roots sink deeper into the fertile soil of my love, and your faith grows like a tree strengthened against the storm. Do not look back with sadness nor downward with fear. Lift your gaze toward the horizon of your dreams, for there lies the true greatness I have placed within you. In Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 and 6, I remind you, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight." Dreaming is a sacred act, my child, because it is how the soul builds bridges to realities that do not yet exist but will be constructed with your hands, effort, and perseverance. Do not be afraid to dream big, to imagine without limits, because you were born to spread your wings and fly to destinations you today only glimpse with hope. Fear is one of the greatest enemies of the soul because it destroys hope and paralyzes progress. But I invite you to be a bridge builder, a sower of light who unites instead of divides, who lifts up rather than tears down. Your home is not an isolated castle but part of a living and vibrant network of people, stories, and affection intertwined to form the fabric of love that sustains life. When you reach out to someone who needs support, when you share your light in the darkness, you discover that the love you give returns multiplied in invisible and powerful blessings. The smallest light can dispel the deepest shadows, and in this act of sharing, you will find the true wealth of the soul, sincere communion with others. Cultivate in your home not only material things but also affection, empathy, and solidarity. Never underestimate the power of a kind word, a loving gesture, or a silence that opens space for understanding. Within the walls of your physical house and the sacred temple of your soul, reserve spaces of silence and retreat. It is in stillness where my voice reveals itself, sweet as the wind and firm as eternal truth. This spiritual home you inhabit within yourself is the source of your strength, wisdom, and love, the refuge that never fails, even when the world around you seems chaotic. Without this deep connection to me, everything loses meaning and purpose. Cultivate your relationship with me sincerely and humbly, for in that intimate dialogue lies the light that dispels any darkness. In Psalm 46 verse 10, I invite you, be still, and know that I am God. When you stop to listen, you discover you are never alone. I am always present, accompanying you in every moment, every breath, guiding your path with infinite patience and unconditional love. Do not forget to celebrate every blessing, no matter how small, because gratitude is an invisible key that opens doors to new opportunities and miracles. A truly rich home is one where a grateful heart sets the rhythm of actions and words. When you express your gratitude with deep faith, even adverse winds turn into allies that propel your growth. Appreciate the small victories, the everyday gestures, the new beginnings, for all form the sacred melody of your life. Remember that just as a father loves his child deeply, I love you with a love that surpasses all understanding and never falters. Let your home be a mirror of my constant presence, a place where the promises I have planted in your life bloom and bear fruit. Walk with confidence, even when you do not know what awaits you, because the foundations of your home are firmly anchored in my eternal love, a love that never fails, never tires, and never abandons you. Ife is a dance, my child, sometimes sweet, sometimes intense, but always full of meaning. Every step you take resonates within the walls of your existence, forming a unique and unrepeatable rhythm. Let the song of your life be a chant of hope, courage, and love, where every note reflects the truth that you are a beloved creation, a being endowed with dignity and purpose. Do not allow difficulties to steal your peace or doubts to extinguish your inner light. Instead, use every experience as a stepping stone toward the fullness I have prepared for you. Always remember that your home, whether made of walls or prayers, is a gift I offer with infinite care and absolute faithfulness. Not a single day passes that I do not think of you, care for you, and walk beside you, whether in silence or aloud, holding your hand when you need it. Trust this eternal promise and move forward without fear, for together we are invincible. Even when the world seems to crumble all around you, do not allow discouragement to reach you, because the true foundation of your home lies within you. There reside my promises, my spirit, and my infinite love. Be thankful for every blessing you receive each day, for every day given to you to start anew and move forward. This gratitude is the key that opens the doors to prosperity and inner peace. Remember that everything you possess here on earth is only part of your journey. Your true home awaits you beyond the visible limits of this world. Finally, my beloved child, always keep your heart open to receive my blessings and do not let despair find a place within you. The deep peace and joy you seek are already prepared for you in your eternal home, a place made with love and care, where your dreams will find fertile ground to grow without fear. When loneliness knocks at your door, remember that you will never truly be alone, for I am always by your side, walking with you, holding your hand, lighting your path. May your home be filled with my constant presence, and may every empty space be filled with my love. If this word resonates in your heart, allow it to bloom and spread, building a home that is a living testimony of your faith, determination, and joy. With love, God. I hope this message has been an inspiration to you. If it touched your heart, write Amen in the comments and share it with someone who also needs to hear this word. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and a suggestion to strengthen your spiritual journey.